Alright, hopefully this sun won't keep trying to screw me over because it's really not working right now. The trials and tribulations of natural life. Hey guys, hopefully you're doing well today. I have, what else? A review on a book that I read. Imagine that. It is Bill Bryson's Neither Here Nor There. I finished this book a bit ago, but I've had so many other books to review that I just haven't gotten around to it. So this book was the final book in my Christmas book haul that I needed to read, and I have read two other Bill Bryson books, that In a Sunburned Country and A Walk in the Woods, both of which I thoroughly enjoyed. So I had pretty high expectations for this one. This is a journey of Bill's that he took when he traveled throughout Europe by himself. He was sort of retracing the steps that he took in the 1970s, the first time he really went to Europe and explored. This book takes place in like late 80s, and it's him following that path and like revisiting a lot of the places that he did, seeing what's changed, seeing what's the same, and it's basically just split into little chapters of the different places that he goes. He starts off in Hammerfest, he goes to Cologne, Copenhagen, he goes to Innsbruck, which was kind of exciting for me because, you know, I spent a great deal of time there when I was studying abroad, and just sort of shares his thoughts, his experiences. It always seems like Bill gets himself in these situations and I'm like, how do you do that? I mean, I understand that there's a certain artistic license on this, but he's supposed to be writing travel books which are relatively close to the truth, and sometimes I just can't believe the things that happen to him, the things that people say to him. There was a lot of negativity in this, it seemed, and I had a relatively more positive experience when I was in Europe, so don't take this book as exactly how things are. It was written 22 years ago. Things have changed. And I honestly was a little disappointed in the fact that it was so negative. I was used to the toned down version that he has in his later books. He seems to have softened a bit. This one is definitely pretty heavy on that sarcastic, oh crap, this happened to me again. Like, why does this always happen to me kind of thing. I'll have to pick up another book that he's sort of written around this time in his life and see if it's the same sort of way. Maybe you guys have read a bunch of his books and you understand, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe that's just his thing. He started off sarcastic and then he gets a little less so as he continues in his writing career. The one thing that I really liked about this book was not only hearing his experiences, but with really comparing it to what I knew. I feel like as a reader you would enjoy this book more if you have been to these places, because you can say, oh yeah, cool, I went there, or oh yeah, I saw that, and sort of relate your experience to his. It helps you enjoy the book more. I liked reading about Innsbruck and Paris and whatnot just because I had been to those places and I had experienced it and I sort of knew what he was talking about. If you have been to Europe, I do recommend this book to you. Even if you're a European, you would enjoy it too, I'm sure. It's just that he was living in England at the time, but he's an American, so there is that difference there. He still has a slightly American-esque point of view. If you're a non-European looking in, this book would probably be slightly more entertaining just because you do understand where Bill is coming from. Even if you are a European and you're reading about the different countries and you might say, oh yeah, I totally had the same experience when I was there. You never know. It's just a fun travel read. I mean, go into it knowing that it's pretty heavy at sometimes with the sarcasm and negativity, but it is still worth your time. All that being said, I gave the book 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's 4 out of 5 on Goodreads. Goodreads really needs to get on the whole half-star thing. Like, come on, who's with me on this one? Like I said, recommended for those who have traveled to Europe. Even if you haven't, definitely check it out. You will still appreciate points of it. Just know that Europe's a bit different now. It's not exactly as Bill portrays it to be. If you have read this book, and maybe you share some of my thoughts, or maybe you thought it was hilariously awesome, then you can let me know in the comments below. We can chit-chat about it. As always, our links are in the doobly-doo. You guys can check those out if you feel so inclined. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.